When I was thinking of going back to get my PhD, I thought I'd really like to go back to Stanford because I had been taking classes in, and I phoned up whoever was the person in charge of the PhD program and said,
in computer science?
In computer science, and I said, I have my master's and I'd like to apply to the PhD program. What do I do? And he said, oh, we have a policy that if you've been admitted to the master's program earlier, you can just come to the PhD program.
Really?
Yes.
But with support?
They changed that later.
With support or without support?
Yes, with support.
Amazing.
I mean, I was stunned that they did that. In fact, people now tell me I must have made this up, but I didn't make it up. And so I said, well, that's great. So I said, I don't have to do anything. He said, oh, you have to write me a letter saying you want to come back as a graduate student. And that's fine. So that's what I did. So now people say things to me like, what were your GRE scores? I didn't take the GREs. I really didn't do anything except show up. So I went back in '71, joined the numerical analysis group that was run at that time by Forsyth and Golub, and was interested in optimization.
And then Forsyth died in '72?
Yes, he became ill the first year that I was there.
So it must have been a terrible time.
It was a terrible time. He went downhill very fast and died, but you know, I was working on a directed reading course with him, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, I went in to see him once a week, and we talked about applied math and how to do various kinds of things and so on. I mean, he was a wonderful man. It was a real loss, and he was relatively young. He seemed old to me.
Much younger than we are now.
Yes,
probably.
exactly. That's right. That's right. And that's when I met his wife, Sandra.
And so did Gene Golub essentially take over the running of that group?
He did. He did take over, and that's when the famous Sarah House group was started. There was a small house called Sarah House, which contained the AI group, part of the AI group, artificial intelligence, and the numerical analysis group, and we were all there. And Gene Golub assembled, you know, a group of students and had a constant stream of visitors. He was unbelievably active in getting people to come. And that's how I was fortunate enough to meet so many famous people who came to Stanford to give talks in the numerical analysis seminar.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I had the same experience, just slightly later.
Right.
And now when I arrived at Stanford in '74, you weren't there because you had gone off to England to work with Walter Murray and Philip Gill. Is that right?
Right. So I believe the timing is this. Philip Gill, who worked at the National Physical Laboratory in England, in Teddington, visited Stanford. That's another thing Gene Golub did, is he always was having people visit. So Philip came to Stanford and visited for a semester, I think, and I met him then, and he worked on optimization. I think he was still working on his PhD, actually.
Yeah,
I don't think he had it then. Yeah. So he and I got to be friends, and then Walter Murray came the next year and taught a class. Now, I would think it's fair to say that there was a culture shock between Walter's idea of what an undergraduate math class was and Stanford students' idea of what an undergraduate math class was, because in England, when you are an undergraduate in mathematics, it means you've had intense training in mathematics already, and you're very good at it. The numerical analysis class at Stanford was open to all undergraduates. Many people who took it didn't have a clue about math, and they were appalled when Walter started rattling off proofs and doing things that were way too hard for them.
And were you a TA?
I was his TA. And let me just say, it was a situation that called for a certain amount of diplomacy, where I would try to say to him, your lectures are too hard. And he would say, no, they're not. What do you mean, too hard? This is easy. And I'd say, well, it's easy for you, but it's not easy for the students.
But he was only there for one semester at this time?
He was there for a
or
whole year,
quarter?
I think.
It was a quarter system, I guess.
Yeah, I think he was there the whole year, but I'm not positive. But he only taught this one class that was undergraduate. He taught a graduate class.
And did Don Goldfarb come out about that time? I know he visited Stanford around
I
about
probably met him then. I don't remember vividly. Anyway, I won the Forsyth Award for help with education for being that TA, because I tried to have a lot of office hours to help the students who were struggling